The Associated Press reported that a series of explosions were heard in Kyiv on Saturday morning before the air raid sirens were turned on. Deputy head of Ukraine's presidential office said on Telegram that a missile attack on critical infrastructure in the capital was underway. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said that explosions were heard in Dniprovskiy region on the left bank of Kyiv. It wasn't immediately clear whether the explosions were caused by the strikes or by air defense system operating. The Ukrainian capital hasn't been attacked since New Year's night. A Brazilian Supreme Court justice on Friday authorized including former President Jair Bolsonaro in its investigation of who incited the January 8th riot in the nation's capital as part of a broader crackdown to hold responsible parties to account. It is the first time that Bolsonaro had been named among those potentially responsible for the 8th January riots. Justice Alexander de Moraes accepted the request from the Attorney General's office to include Bolsonaro, who has been strongly linked to orchestrating the events in the capital city of Brasilia last Sunday, which was an echo of the US Capitol riots. Russia's military said that it has captured the Ukrainian salt mine town of Soledar after a long battle, calling it an important step for its offensive. A spokesman said that the victory would allow Russian troops to push on to the nearby city of Bakhmut and cut off the Ukrainian forces there. But Ukrainian officials said that the fight for Soledar was still going on and accused Russia of information noise. Divisions have emerged between regular Russian forces and the notorious Russian Wagner paramilitary group throughout the battle. British-Iranian dual national Alireza Akbari, who was sentenced to death in Iran, has been executed. On Wednesday, Akbari's family had been asked to go to his prison for a final visit, and his wife said that he had been moved to a solitary confinement. The ex-deputy Iranian defense minister was arrested in 2019 and convicted of spying for the UK. He had denied the allegations. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said that the execution was a callous and cowardly act carried out by a barbaric regime. Peru's Attorney General has launched 11 inquiries to identify those responsible for more than 36 mostly civilian deaths during some of the country's most violent social protests in years, as some of the president's top cabinet members announced their resignations. Patricia Benavides' office on Friday announced that the investigations would focus on the violent clashes between the demonstrations and security forces in several southern regions, including Peruvian capital, Lima.